What's happening, sports fans? Christian Pedersen back here in studio, and I'm going to turn it left to reveal our new guests, the Crawford Colts, with the black unis this year. Do we have black uniforms to go with the shirts too, or am I? Sheesh.
Hey.
Has that replaced cap? No cap is like the new yes thing. Is that the? Because you're trying. They're going okay. Like we'll let you get away with that. Like that. You don't use sheesh in your standard conversation, do you?
Actually, now I do.
Actually,
it's like my favorite new word that the kids use. You know, sheesh, because it just fits. It's multi functional. You know, you can use it for any situation.
Okay, I feel you on that. Let's go down the line and introduce ourselves because most people don't know what anyone looks like without a number, a name, and a helmet on, and
or a mask.
Or a mask. We know you. You've been on our track show. You're our favorite track analyst of all time.
They were the first to take a chance on me and interview me, so I'm always gonna have love for San Diego Prep.
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
You lie.
Yeah. Before, I became a track head coach before I was a football head coach, so you guys were the first ones to interview me.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that.
I always remember that.
That was a lot more fun doing track stuff than football stuff. Everyone takes football way too seriously. Let's keep going down the line. Name, grade, and position, please.
My name is Gavin Knight. I'm going into my 11th grade, and I play quarterback.
What's up, Poich? DB and wide receiver. I'm a junior.
Abu Zimbo, number 5, you feel me? I'm a nickel, safety. I play offense too.
I feel you. Make sure you really nail the pronunciation on what position you play. I'm the wrong color to have
Coach
that
Mooney,
go out.
defensive coordinator.
Deal. You guys are now about close to 2 weeks fully in. You guys, you're past the getting the rust off phase. So how's the team looking? This is an open question to all of you guys. How's the team looking?
Team's looking pretty good right now. I feel like we're a little ahead of schedule. 10 days in or whatever we're in right now, 11 days. We have pretty much a full JV, pretty much a full varsity, and the JV can actually run plays at this point in the season, which is a good thing.
This year we have like a young team, but I feel really confident that they'll do good and stuff.
I'm excited to play with my boys. I mean, it's been forever, I feel like. But yeah, I feel positive about this season.
Did you guys all play in the shortened COVID season of this last year? So it still, though, feels like forever, even though you played in spring?
It do.
Yeah. I think you're the only one that's really said that to me. I've had a lot of the kids be like, man, it feels like it just happened, like we just finished. So I'm glad to hear that, or that you got hit in the head enough last season that it just feels like it was that far away. Coach, for you, for both of you, 4 years for you, year 4 for you, year 2 at Crawford. How many years now at the football program?
4th year as the head coach, 9 in total, and I coached 3 sports almost the whole time, so it's almost like 20 seasons or 25 seasons instead of just 7 or 8.
This will be my 2nd season here, so.
And are you enjoying the program direction? Because it feels like from the outside in, we that are the analyst media types, we love to hang on the, wow, like a winning season for Crawford. But I don't know, man. I think we interact a little bit, but I don't really get to see it. You come in kind of midway through this man's transformation. Give us a little bit about what you've actually seen are some of the intangibles that he's implementing.
First things first.
Or how big of a fake is he, and it's all just a media hype job?
Honestly, Coach Matt is the man. Honestly, like through like the whole pandemic time, like when we didn't know if there was gonna be a season, like all last summer, like going into last fall, like it was him. Honestly, like he told us, like, hey, like it's either a season or it's not gonna be a season, but no matter what, we're gonna work. And like the kids, like, it's infectious with him. Like the kids, like, they buy into him. You know what I mean? They like what he has going on. And I mean, he's really the reason, like, we got through what we got through. I know other teams had an issue, but like when it got to the season for us, it was just like, all right, we've been practicing this whole time. Go. So
it felt like it tested everybody's always saying that, like, you're just like, yeah, whatever the answer is, yes, it tested us. But it felt like to me the spring season here tested all of the stuff that football allegedly teaches you about, like time management and doing all of those other like prep things that everyone always gives the, oh yeah, like football made me responsible. It taught me this, that, and the other. But I feel like it figured out what teams can and actually can't handle. Hey, you've got to sit in X number of Zoom meetings to get an offensive install done. Otherwise, you don't have the time with your kids to do it. You got to in and out with the 4 minutes that you got here and there, is it mostly back to normal this year? Like, do you guys feel like you're back to normal camp, or do you still feel like you're still dealing with some of that?
It feels a little more normal. We're allowed to use the locker rooms now. You know, we're allowed to watch film and, you know, meet in the classroom together, watch film, do stuff like that. So it's starting to feel more normal. Once school starts and everyone's back on campus, then, you know, it should really feel normal, because then you get out of class, you go to practice, you know, you do your thing like that, where, you know, in the COVID season, you're kind of just rolling out of bed coming to practice. You know, we'll get done with your Zoom and then come to practice. So, you know, I feel like the kids are a little more ready for practice this year because they're going to be in their regular routine.
As much as all of you guys want to live the NFL lifestyle, like, yeah, man, I just eat, sleep, and breathe football. I don't think that many kids actually owned up to, yo, yeah, coach, I'm getting up at 6 and lifting.
No. It's better. Like, you know, like even adults like do better with structure. You know, so like the kids definitely do better with structure. You know, if you're just kind of letting them fly and go.
Do you preach at them like, this is what the military is like? This is what the military. Does he give you guys that line a lot, or like does everybody in the program know that he was in the military? Does he talk about it to that degree or no? Some stories. But not no. But I'm saying just like in the hey, this is military. You don't use that as like
honestly, I don't like to talk about myself or like.
I know, that's why I like you, because I get to put you in uncomfortable situations.
I just kind of do what I do, and then it's a product of who I am, and you know, that type of stuff like that. Like the older guys will get the stories, and that's another thing too. Before COVID, there was always Thursday story time. You know, after we do the little walkthrough, we all sit around and I tell stories. I get up on the board, I might draw some diagrams of how things went down, and you know, explain it that way. But as I get more comfortable with the kids, I'm more comfortable sharing stories with them. I don't want to tell a kid that I just met all these crazy stories that, you know, like they might not come back.
You don't do the shock and awe, like
they might not come back for the next time.
You guys got to be pretty tense to play here, man. I once killed someone with my bare hands. Like
the other day, I heard some funny stuff from the kids. You know, I heard, hey, Coach Matt looks like he killed somebody before.
Does he look more like he killed somebody now with the beard? Yeah.
Even more.
I don't got nothing up top, so you know.
It all migrated south.
Got to.
Are you matching up there too? Are you saying that got to out of like, is that why you hired him? Because you weren't threatened by what was up here on top of the head?
The last DC had the shiny top, and you know, it's kind of a thing. You know?
He showed it. Nah, he put his out. I gotta pull mine.
I feel like there's less interference in the way. You know, like
you could be a swimmer. You're like you're more. You move through life faster because you're aerodynamic.
We don't even need headsets because the Bluetooth is already connected. You know, like
we be wired. I'm telling you.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the haircut, but I like that. So, question then to the three of you guys. It seems like for as much as these guys are football players or football coaches, they're also just like they seem like they're just managers of a good, relaxed environment. Is this kind of laughter and lightheartedness? Like, is this part of why Crawford football has been getting better the last couple of years? Because of the environment surrounding like what it's like being part of the program?
It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing with this laughter, you know, during practice, after practice. But we know we have our times where it has to be serious. And
you're laughing at him or with him?
With him. I mean, sometimes both. Sometimes both.
Sometimes we laugh with them.
It just
depends on what they say.
Okay.
There's a time to work, then there's a time for laughter. So we know when to work, and we know when we can joke around with them.
You're gonna keep struggling with that. It's okay. There you go. Perfect. Speaking of the laughter, we were talking a little bit beforehand about some musical stylings, and then the whole team starts laughing. Are you the musical one? Is he lying? No. Is he the musical one? There is no musical talent hidden that I'm going to get in studio out of the three.
It's not deep.
Not here.
So you say, though, that you have a homie on the team that can potentially spit some verses or has an actual SoundCloud to plug. Do we need to? The stage is yours to give something. It doesn't matter if it's vulgar or awful. Like, he's a teammate, man. Give him a plug.
Everybody know him.
Obviously not.
What?
Oh, wait, the running back? Oh, my God.
How do you find him on SoundCloud?
You're like, you cleared it out. You're like, I got a weapon this year. When I was talking to him preseason last year, he's just like, I got a weapon, man. He did that, like, punctuated every syllable with a clap. He's like, Ahmadi Sharif. Get to know the name. I'm like, okay, coach, like, we're just coming out of a pandemic. It's happy to be even having football. And you're like, no, you don't understand. So wait, is this like the whole persona? Like he's the superstar of the team rapping, like he thinks he's the main character of all of this?
Yeah.
Is that what, yes?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
He's definitely a character.
And he's only a sophomore though, right? So he's going to be a junior. Yeah. So he gets away with it with you from you guys, or do you still have to keep him in check personality wise a little bit?
During practice, sometimes we gotta keep him in check, but
it's never personal.
Yeah.
But you like him because he's yours. You'd hate him if he was on a different team, but because he's on your team, you love him. No, you love him regardless of what team he was on, or you hate him even though he's on your team.
I would hate to play him. I would not want to scheme against him at all. He's special.
Okay, so we don't need to talk then anymore about him, but who are maybe some other people this year that might be poised to blow up a little bit? Who are some people with some names that San Diego needs to know?
Gavin Knight.
Do you need all the microphone? That was you. You were like,
we could pass it around. Honestly, like we very few kids that play football at Crawford that play youth football, so they don't come into high school with a big name and offers and all this, and everybody wants them. They want them after a couple years of playing for us, but not before. So, us as a team, we build each other up. We, like anytime somebody posts something, everybody's retweeting it. Like we're a small market team. We're getting our names out for ourselves because no one else is going to do it for us until we start getting 5-star recruits and that stuff coming into the school. No one's really going to show us any love. We've been to 3 championships games in the last 10 years. A lot of teams haven't done that.
May I be very honest? I think that people feel like they get to play the that's cool card with you guys and be like, oh, that's a nice story that Crawford, like, we give you guys love and you're just the token. Like, it's a feel-good story. They don't really invest in getting to know, like they
always talk about how, like, oh, yeah, it's the United Nations of football and stuff. Like, that's cool and all.
And it's
like,
for the community.
Yeah,
and that kind of gets tired after a while. The people
are
like
being diverse, but we also, like, the reason you came over in the first place was because we were winning. And then you wanted to, talk about being diverse. Like, we don't really talk about being diverse because we all grew up in the same neighborhoods together. Like, all these guys went to elementary school, middle school together, so they've been living together the whole time. So,
and I'm just saying, I hate seeing the tweets every year again. They're like, "Oh man, Crawford's surprising people." Like, "Oh, they're back at it." I'm like, "No,
like you guys forgot we've been
to
3 championship
same group
games.
of kids last year minus like I'm sorry that they're not at the 7-on-7 like dominating like Lucky Sutton is, and Lucky Sutton's a great football player, but he's got a huge system around him that hypes him up. And just because you don't know the names of the Crawford kids, and obviously we're going to all have Hamadi Sharif tattooed on our forehead.
If Hamadi Sharif was running behind the lines that these other kids run behind, he would have 2,000 yards every year.
Or I think if he was even at a school, I mean, dare I say something like Morse, that you traditionally were like, oh, of course their running back is dope, because they've always had dope running backs, because that's just what the but serious though, that's like the unspoken elephant probably in the room, is that your program gets a certain perception that you guys have to be close to just being like, we are dead sick of this, because we've been a good football team now. Like you said, 3 championships in what, 6 years?
The last 10 years.
In the last 10 years? And a state
No.
Playoff run
In
on
basketball.
one of them, or in basketball. Your soccer team also might be what I'm thinking
Soccer
of.
team is Division II, I think. They went to, I want to say 2 or 3 championship games too. So we have a lot of runner-up trophies in our office right now. We just gotta.
Dude, you're speaking my life there.
We just gotta get over. We just gotta get over
all
that
I
hump.
did in high school was lose to future NFL people.
All these pretty little crystal diamond, whatever it is, shaped trophies. All of them say runner-up. So we just gotta get.
That's
over
the
that.
worst trophy possible. Funny side story, and this has nothing necessarily to do with you guys, but you'll laugh at it. The tail end of last season, I'm at the girls' open division lacrosse championships, and the way that San Diego is set up is the bleachers are all on one side, the benches are all on the other side, so there's this awkward like transition where the teams have to come walking across the field, like picking up their gear and whatever, cleaning up to come over for the trophy presentation. And it's not very organized. It's the last game of the day. There was bad blood between the two teams anyway, so La Jolla doesn't really want to come walk over. And the girls are standing there, and Ron Marquez, the CIF guy, has their trophy, but it's that one that kind of looks the runner-up. It just says different. It looks the exact same. And the captain from La Jolla, looks dead in Ron's eyes, and she goes, "Are you going to make me give that trophy to Scripps? Because if you're doing that, I'm out of here." And he goes, "No, this is a runner-up trophy." And she looks at him and she's like, "What do we want that for?" And he's like, "Well, you're a CIF finalist." And she goes, what good does that trophy do us? You're telling us we're just waiting for that? And she looks and she goes, Coach, can we get out of here? And the coach is like, no, you have to stay for this. But that's where I'm like, I'm with you, man. Burn the second place trophies to the ground.
I mean, it's still a great honor to be the runner-up, but, you know.
You don't need that reminder. Get out of here.
We got a lot of runner-up trophies. We're trying to get the real one.
All right, so you guys just had your Mar Vista game moved allegedly to Thursday. That's confusing. But you have Mar Vista, San Diego, Montgomery, Mount Miguel, Mountain Empire, La Jolla Country Day, Kearney, Mission Bay, Hoover, Claremont. I will put that all in the description for this video for everyone that didn't want to immediately follow along. But maybe at least out of those first 3 or 4, Mar Vista, San Diego, Montgomery, Mount Miguel, anything that you guys have specifically circled that you're like, that's going to be a big night for us, we're going to really show some people what's up? Or are you going to give me the, we take everything one game at a time BS?
Last season, we played against San Diego High. We had a pretty good scrimmage, but this year, I'm looking forward to win.
One game at a time.
I'm excited to play.
You just don't care. It can be anybody. Are you gonna let him be on kickoff team so he can get the first tackle of the season? Like just that.
It's Crawford. You got to play offense, defense,
That's
special
true.
teams.
You guys all should.
Sometimes you got to hold. Sometimes you got to go up and fix the camera mid game. You know, like you got to be able to do it all. You know, like.
So what's the most out of position that any of you have ever been at a football game? What's the situation where, oh geez, are you like he's just a gumpy quarterback and you put him somewhere or not like hey, I know I'm probably insulting, but defend like what was the out of position? The coach let him speak for himself because I think you're gonna try and.
Last season, during the Patrick Henry game, the long snapper got hurt, and was my freshman year. I got brought up to varsity to long snap. So I was like, Coach man, I can long snap. You know, he was questioning me. He was like, Can you really? I
This
was
is
like, yeah.
in the game you're having this conversation. So the long snapper started the game with you guys.
Long snapper got hurt. So while he's hurt, he's coming and telling me, Coach, I got it. We can long snap. I was just gonna go for it on 4th.
What were you doing? I was gonna say, were you in the middle of like planning the 4th down play? And he's like, Coach, I got you. Or did you go looking for him? Like
a couple years ago, all of our punters were hurt for one game. You know,
they're not football players. Kickers aren't football players.
Yeah,
it happens.
All of our punters are football players. That's why they get hurt. All of our punters are football players. That's why they get hurt. So I just told my quarterback, hey, line up at 7 yards, catch the snap, and just kick it. I don't care where it goes, just kick it. We're in a quick kick. And he was actually a good kicker. I mean, he's 260 pounds. You put your foot on the ball, it should go somewhere.
Even a toe poke. Even a toe
anything.
poke. Yep.
All right, so we were going to just quick kick it, and he comes up, nah, Coach, I can do it. I can snap. I said, you ain't snapped in 2 years. Coach, I got it. All right. It couldn't get any worse at that point. So we just go ahead and it was a great snap. He got down there, we down the ball, and you know,
and it works.
It wasn't a disaster.
You know, my snap's pretty good.
So is he long snapper still or no?
I think what a lot of people don't like. I look at things differently because
you panicked and you pulled him out the next game. Is what we're trying to say.
We've always had to look at things differently. So quarterbacks, if you can throw the ball standing up, throwing it this way, it's easier just to put it on the ground and throw it that way. You don't have to put 2 hands and do all this special technique. Throw the football behind you, in between your legs. Go run and make a tackle.
I mean, I'll say this, just a public service announcement to anybody that's a younger kid out there listening. Get good at long snapping. It is the easiest way to con yourself into like really good football situations.
Every year we get kids offered just to go long snap. They are giving money to go to college to long snap.
Oh, our football analyst, Noah Laxina, he messed around and he was like, I don't know, man. I kind of miss football a little bit. Maybe I'll get into some long snapping shape and try out for SDSU. And I'm like, that's the greatest idea you've ever come up with. And he got really close to it. Then, you know, women. But
shout out to Noah. Before the pandemic, I want to say the last game before the pandemic, he was filling in as the Olympian 7-on-7 offensive coordinator, and they beat us in last play of the game. So shout out to Noah.
That's what's up, Noah. Any horrible out of position plays for you guys? No, you're just happy to play football. He's just the one running around, just ball, just chasing it, getting in piles, getting hurt.
That's our little honey badger right there. You know.
Okay, what's up? That's what's up.
He's stripping, he's ripping. Like you better have that ball tight to your chest when you come around.
Now, is he also the one that you spend the most time swearing under your breath because of flags on a Friday night too, or no?
Absolutely not. This is the most disciplined player on the team.
Truth. Okay.
That's why he's the captain.
That's why he's the captain. By far.
I would say there's
who's
like
at the opposite end of that spectrum.
I think
the guy that was in the wrong jersey today.
Oh yeah.
Coach, you cannot wait 19 minutes into an interview and not tell us the story of what the heck happened at practice today.
2 times. Which time you gonna tell him, the first time or the second time or both?
Same kid 2 times?
Which time you gonna tell him?
Wait, are we talking like you guys got 2 different practice jerseys and he just wore the wrong color, or he showed up in like a game jersey to practice?
A little bit of everything.
Yes, okay, I need to hear this.
All right, so this what we're wearing right now. We got it on Thursday, the day before practice started, right? I said perfect timing. So on Friday when you guys come in, you're gonna get this, get your helmet, go out to practice. We're all gonna look the same. It's gonna look beautiful. We're all out there, and I'm telling the coaches, "Man, we look so beautiful. Everyone's the same, matching colors." Then here comes one guy, red long sleeve. I don't even remember what type of shorts he had, but everybody on the
so
team,
nothing matched.
everybody on the team,
Not even close.
Look, we got the shorts with the pockets for the coaches, right? We was all matching. And here he comes. Then today, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you guys the jerseys for the scrimmage today. We're gonna wear them this week. Make sure everything's good to go. We don't need to change nothing out. Everybody got their jerseys. Everybody's in blue. Here he comes in a white jersey.
Do we love this kid though? Still, like he's the same as Street. Like you're like you'd hate him if he wasn't yours, but you're like that's our guy.
That's just our guy.
I mean, like I said,
guy.
we just got like coaching at Crawford.
Are you worried that he'll show up in the other team's jersey? like he'd accidentally be like, Coach, I don't know how this San Diego jersey is on. That's just my bad, Coach.
Gotta start asking questions.
At that point,
I was like, man, he just bought another thing. So, all right, after they do their physical, you got to do an online clearance. You got to go online, go to the thing, fill it out.
How does an online clearance elicit a laugh from the audience? How bad could this go?
So, on where it says school, right? Everybody puts Crawford, boom, everyone fills it out. They bring it to you signed. And I'm like, damn, and I can go on there and see who was all done it, So I'm like, damn, I know he brought me a signed paper. Like, why isn't he on my list? And then I look at his paper, and it's like Rancho Cucamonga or something like that. Like, nowhere near Crawford. Nothing that sounds like Crawford. They weren't even the Colts or nothing. It's just a whole nother thing. So, but he's the biggest, strongest dude on the team. I mean, my man's he's 15 years old, benching 315 last week.
Oh, jeez, you're scared of him, too. You're physically scared of him. Also.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where's the camera?
Camera one's on me.
They zoom in on you for this one?
Absolutely not.
Like, I have supreme
Can you still bench more than everyone on the team?
Yeah. I have supreme confidence in my abilities and anything I can do.
Wait, I see some doubt about that bench.
Mike is not Mike's not stronger than me.
You asked the question. What was the question?
I asked if he can bench more than everyone on the team.
That's what All right.
We will set that up.
Practice tomorrow. Don't be worried.
But I got supreme confidence in myself and from what I used to do. So, like, all the talking is just talking to me. I just be like, ha, ha, ha. There's not a man on this world I'm scared of, like.
Okay, so see, you took that a very dark direction. I was just talking about bench pressing, and you're like,
well, you said
I've done things.
I just,
I've done things, man. And I'm like, okay.
Like when you, it's just you gotta have confidence in yourself. Everything you do. If I was a professional fighter, you don't hear no professional fighters in their interview saying, "Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this fight. I don't know." No, everybody says the same thing. I had the best camp of my life. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm
Fair enough.
Out. Yada yada yada. So you gotta have that confidence. Confidence is key. It's big to what you do.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you coming in and spending a bunch of your time with us. I want to close it out on this. We have, forget grades, junior, senior, junior, all juniors. Great, perfect. What is the intended legacy then for your guys' class? Where does you guys are the class of 23, right? Yeah. Where does the class of 23 leave its mark on this program when you guys are all said and done in 2 years?
CIF.
You got to say that louder into the mic.
We need one.
Ring season.
We are getting one.
Deal. I think we can end on that. Appreciate it, guys. The Crawford Colts will be starting the season Thursday, probably knowing your luck at like 11 a.m. by the time they get around to telling you that you still have reps.
Thursday, 6:30 at Mar Vista. So, if you guys are playing on Friday nights, you got nothing to do. It's football season. Everybody wants to watch some football.
And you cannot go wrong with going to a game at Mar Vista. Low key, beautiful sunsets. Like, it's a great set. The field itself, awful. I
was like, one of the few times we get to play
have you never been to Mar Vista's field? Okay,
some of our kids have never played on grass.
Have you seen just like a jungle before? Like a deep, thick jungle that you can't see anything through? That's the grass at Mar Vista. Nice. You will get lost trying to run on that field. Like, it is awful. It is truly horrible. potholes and unevenness and a dirt track around it, and it's awful. Yeah.
The first high school game I ever seen was at Mar Vista. My brother, Mar Vista used to be in the Harbor League with Crawford back in the 90s, late 90s.
The South Bay is done dirty still on some of their football setups. Castle Park, Mar Vista, Chula Vista all still have the dirt track, grass field, unevenness, and you're just like, ooh, that is not the business right now.
The H-frame goalpost.
Yep. So you get an old school whoop down. You get to beat some throwback type schools. Really appreciate it, guys, and we will talk to you soon.
And make sure you wear that shirt for the next team that comes in.
This beautiful and unsolicited piece of love.
It's that limited edition Balenciaga Coach football.
So wait, where do I have to rock this in football season and then the track one only in track season, or how can I do that?
As long as it says Crawford on it, you can wear it every single day of the week.
Deal.
Colts way or no way.
Deal. Because I do one of two things. I'm either doing it as a shout out to the team that I'm supporting, or as a troll to the fans that are the angriest in my DMs that week. Basically, whenever Doug Reed or any El Camino parent is yelling at me for knowing nothing about football, I'll wear my El Camino Welcome to the Jungle shirt. And I'll be like, love you guys. Or whenever Cathedral does something, I will wear something from, that's why we turn the microphones down. That's just for us. But yeah, I'll wear something from a school from a certain part of San Diego. So I'm glad to be able to appreciate this. You guys got potentially these jerseys also coming out. We might see them. We might not see them. What might be the week of the season that just, should the cameras need to be there, you'd say it wouldn't be a bad idea to be there. First home game? Deal. That's all I need to know.
Maybe.
Deal.
I got some more shoes coming in the mail, so I gotta wait for the shoes that match to come, and then after they come, then we can.
I await your vague Instagram posts of coming soon and whatnot. So he's a fashion mogul when we're all done.
Shoe wise.
Oh, just shoe game. But you got like legitimate good shoe game. Like you're not joking around.
I still got stuff in the box from like 10 years ago that I haven't even put on my feet. Just because I don't have the right hat or, like an exact matching shirt.
Okay, so I know I said this interview was over, but we can't close without getting a grading. Let's go around the room. 1 out of 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, on how Coach's shoe game is.
Starting me?
No. Even no grown-ass man can get out of this question. You have to judge him.
From what I've seen, just one season, I'll like an 8 right now.
Okay.
I need a full 10 games to see what's happening. Maybe we'll do a weekly story on it so y'all can see what's on Coach Matt's feet.
Okay, well, first off, I was already promised rap on an IG Live, and it didn't
head.
happen. But if we can get shoes every week, go. Okay, 1 out of 10.
I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I mean,
okay.
You got a game. Look at him. What you got right now. It's pretty solid.
Deal.
I say an 8, just because he matches them with the jerseys. Every shoe.
Yeah, I give him an 8. He always goes to Foot Locker, buy some more shoes. Always tells us.
Are you winning are you the kind of guy that wins the sneaker apps stuff too? Like, are you that level of crazy about it?
Nah, I'm not trying to stand in line for nothing, even if it's free. So, and you got to think, everybody that's standing in line is getting the shoes. So the only people that care about those shoes are the people that's buying them. Like, I'll go get some colors that nobody else got, but I'm not trying to stand in line or be on the app or anything like that. So
do you try to blend them in with every outfit, or are you trying to make a statement with these shoes? Are you trying to be like, hey.
I just try to match. I mean, I don't,
do you have the shoes already picked out for like a hypothetical championship game this year? If you were like, these are my shoes that I would only wear for a CIF championship.
It depends if
wait, what's that? What you have those, or no? You're saying that he does.
Oh no, I do. I know what I will.
Okay, what would be your shoes that you would wear coaching for a CIF championship?
Black Forces for sure. Defensive coordinator, Black Forces.
We need that energy. We need that type of energy.
It's a lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle.
That type of energy.
Just look up Black Forces. Like, you got some free time, just look up Black Forces, like Twitter, maybe not Twitter, but like YouTube, something like that,
Deal.
Black Force energy,
It depends on if we're in white or if we're in the home jersey, and then what home jersey are we wearing? Because then I gotta have the hat and the shoes to match. Like,
okay, you passed the check. You're authentic. We get it.
Like, I don't got no kids. I'm still single, so it's still go time for me.
No way.
Did not expect you to say I had to make sure that I picked the right championship shoes to potentially find love in my life. But I like that. I like that. That's the end of this interview. We go no further, Coach. Thank you very much for being on with us. For those of you that are interested in this eligible bachelor, we will include his Twitter and Instagram handle as well as his available shoe size so that if you would like to buy him some, you can. Really appreciate you guys putting up with all of our nonsense. We'll talk to you guys later this season.